day, I kind of made the stupidest move ever. I accidentally turned it off instead of unpausing it. So now I gotta kind of, rehash where I left off. But basically, so yes, after all that, of her being beaten up and stuff, there's eventually in one of those parts of in that little like mini series where, she beats up the characters. She starts beating them all up after like she's been yelled at and actually being told to do these things, and she beat me up too. And I think there's a point where they go into the attic, and then he's fighting with her then, and then he's like telling her to do it and all that, and you know and then he does a lot of pretty nasty things, honestly, but right, like that's kind of the point. But basically, after all that, um basically, let me just think. So basically, after all that, there's a part where she beats up the characters, and then her dad comes to check up on her, and then, after, you would think that, he would be happy because she's, doing what he says. No, he still takes the opportunity to just beat her up, and then there's a part where he's strangling her, and then, you know, and then, there's a part where the characters decide, and me as well, we decide that we were going to take a revolt, and to be honest, I don't know if that was part of the video, but we just did it anyways. I think because a lot of them genuinely see. I don't know exactly how many of the other characters know about this. I think a lot of them genuinely like felt pretty mad at him for being of Amanda. So they just took it as they just took it upon themselves to just attack him and stuff. And to be honest, like it was pretty well deserved on his part, even if it was meant to be a script. And then after all that, I feel Amanda. She's like so like scared and like upset and like, well, not even upset. She's just like terrified and starving and everything. And so she was pretty tired too and miserable and stuff too. I mean, she was a wreck kind of. I mean, not kind of. She was pretty much a wreck. And basically after all that, after like maybe like what day and a half of starving, you know we do eventually feed her. It's not much, though. I've seen in the video, but we did feed her. We did feed her more off camera, and she did get herself some food as well. So and on that other day, a lot of the beating up and stuff happened on Thursday, and then we continued it on the next day, Friday. And believe it or not, as you probably saw in the video, she did go to work on Friday. She does go. She does work and stuff. I'm not going to really say what she does, but she did go to work on Friday, and to be honest, now that I think about it, she should have taken off. And it's specifically because after she was done her work and stuff, she basically told me how she wasn't exactly as well as she was, because she was still kind of recovering from the effects of being tortured and beaten up and stuff. And you know basically, there was points where, and I don't know if she really wants me to mention this, but I'll mention it anyway. There was points where she actually was like so like emotionally hurt from everything that she actually cried a few times at work. That, I mean, she still did okay. She still did her usual tasks, but it was just like there was just parts where she would feel a little bit more tired, and there was even parts where you know I think when people saw her coworkers and even her boss, they saw her and they noticed that something was wrong with her, and they asked if she was doing okay, and she kind of just shrugged it off and said, "Yeah, she's fine." From what I can gather, from what I think she told me, and from what I know, and I again, but there was parts where she actually did kind of break down into tears, and you know, and I think there was a point where her boss said that, hey, if anything happens, you can either like talk to us, or if you feel like you're not, up to going to work, that you could just take a personal day. And to be honest, like thinking about it, she should have taken a personal day. And there's a part in the apology video where she apologizes to everybody. One of the characters says that he was even surprised that she went to work. And to be honest, again, just thinking about it, I'm surprised too, because she really shouldn't have went to work. She should have just taken a day to herself, to recover from all of that. And to be honest, like when we put her back on in the video where she went from slave mode to regular mode, you would think that that would just make her better all of a sudden. But no, I mean she still had the pains. I mean, just let's not forget she was tortured a lot in those 2 days. But we just kind of shrugged it off, and figured it was nothing, and she kind of just shrugged it off and acted like it was nothing. But really, I'm pretty sure it left some damage. I mean, she went through a lot. She went through a lot of pain and trauma and stuff. And I don't want to drag this on too long. I mean, I'm already 5 minutes in the second part. Again, this wasn't intended to be a second part. I was supposed to unpause it, but stupidly I pressed the wrong button. But basically, prior to making this video, we talked to Dan about this too, and I'm not gonna lie, it took some convincing to get him to do it. I think it was because he wasn't sure how everything was gonna go, and he was actually, kind of I don't want to say offended, but well, I guess that's kind of the best way to put it. He was, well, not even that, but I think he was thinking like he was a little bit afraid that that if he actually like, beat up his daughter and stuff, that he might that she might start not liking him again, and that's kind of what part of the reasons why they've always been at odds is because they for all these years because they haven't really agreed with each other and stuff, and look like I know in the videos you've seen like Amanda and Dan argue and stuff, but they've been good actually for a while. They've been good for about almost 2 years. I think it was since March or April or something like that was when they've been cool with each other. You know what I mean? April 2022. I mean, not 2023. April of 2022. I think it was since then is when they've been actually cool with each other. And yeah, I mean, Dan still had his moments here and there. Could have been later than that actually, but anyway, yeah, Dan still had his moments here and there, but it wasn't like as much as it was in the beginning, and like again, before he even came back, because there's been a lot of animosity between like her and her dad and all that, and her dad kind of pushing people away, his family away, and just being a horrible person. But you know, as of right now, he's doing pretty good now. I mean, well, I haven't seen him as much, but I gather he's doing okay. I mean, he's been pretty good for a while now. He hasn't caused too much issues. You know what I mean? Sometimes he might, if he doesn't agree with something, or if something kind of makes him mad, then he'll show it. You know what I mean? But he's been okay. But basically, what am I getting at? He actually was a little bit reluctant to do the video because he didn't. The idea of him hurting his daughter again kind of hurt him a little bit. Like emotionally, it kind of did hurt him. And not gonna lie, I think he was a little bit hurt. After doing the video, I think he was kind of a little bit hurt. But then you saw it in the apology video where when Amanda apologized to all the characters, and then there's a part where she makes her dad apologize to the characters as well. And you see in that video, he actually is a little bit more hesitant or more reluctant on doing that. And there's even several parts where, he's actually starting to get mad because he feels like he's being forced to do it. And I think that genuinely was kind of anger from him, because I think it was the fact that, he felt like he was being forced to do something. And, then as you saw, problems started to happen, and, it kind of caused everybody to fight him and stuff. He started acting out and all that, and then there's a part where we had to put him behind that shelf back there in my TV room. Actually, that's kind of where he's at right now. Not since then though, but he just was put back there right now because I think he was trying to get away from some other stuff. But so basically, you know, I'm sorry if this took long, guys. I just had a lot to explain. I just figured I'd just explain a little bit. So basically, if you're wondering if, Amanda going hungry and stuff for a day was her idea and all that, yes, technically it was, yes. Now, the pain part and all that, I think she was expecting it, but I don't think she was expecting it to be as extreme as it was. But she still took it. I mean, when she's on the slave mode, she basically loses her strength. I mean, she becomes weaker, and she only gets strong when she's told to. Like, she has to literally be told, like, when she's told, hey, go beat up somebody, be as crazy as possible. Gain all your strength and beat up somebody. Like, if she's told that, it'll actually somehow manipulate her mind and cause her to be strong only towards the people that she's attacking, not to the person who's controlling her, but only to the people that she's attacking. I know it's a little bit complicated, but that's just kind of how it works. And I know slave mode is kind of a screwed up thing to have, but there's reasons for it. I mean, and again, I just don't want to get into it too much. I mean, I know it's kind of already screwed up as is, so I just don't want to get into it too much, at least not right now, and probably not for a while. But I'm kind of thirsty. Here, give me a second. All right, I'm back. I kind of forgot where I left off, but I think probably at this point I should stop. I'm just trying to think where I left off exactly, but basically, yeah. You know, Amanda, she was. I know that. Well, basically, I know that this slave mode is kind of a messed up thing to have, and so far it's only been used on Amanda. It actually can be something that can be used for everybody, but there's reasons why we use it for Amanda, but I just don't want to get into it too much right now, if at all, really. But so basically, if you want to know if she actually was on board with this, yes, she was. Again, I just think the pain part of it, I think that just kind of added to it. And yeah, like I was saying, when you're in the slave mode, it does make you weaker than usual. You know what I mean? And in Amanda's case, she's pretty strong. I mean, for her, oh, darn. Oh yeah, well, for her, shape and all that, she's actually pretty strong. But when she's put on the slave mode, it makes her weaker than usual, and that's what happens. She got very weak, and she only gets strong if she's like told to. If she's told to beat up somebody, then she has to do it, or else she's gonna get beaten up. And that's how Dan uses it. You don't have to use it like that particularly, but that's how Dan uses it. It's pretty messed up, honestly. But again, that's just how it was, and there might be another one coming soon, guys. So I mean, just expect that to happen. And I do have another video, not that. I do have another video. It's a training video coming out, hopefully soon. I just have to get working on that though. So when I get a chance, hopefully I'll get a chance, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm sorry guys if I keep pausing this, but my grandpa's coming home. So let me just check out with that real quick. All right, I'm in another room right now, guys, because my grandpa's home, and so I don't really have. I don't think I have a whole lot to say, although I probably should say more. But I think this is taking long enough. This is like literally the second video, and it's already 11 minutes long. But basically, so how it worked is, we talked about, Amanda going hungry for a day, and she actually did agree to it, and in addition to that, it would be a part of our slave mode video too, where, not in addition to being hungry, she gets tortured as well, and she agreed to that. But on the day of that it actually happened, we just kind of woke her up right away while doing the video, and I think it kind of caught her off guard a little bit, but she went along with it anyways, and even though the pain itself was real, and I think she was really emotionally hurt from it. I mean, who wouldn't be, right, after going through all that? I think she was pretty hurt from it, but again, at the same time, she, to some degree, toughed it out, and, but I think it did have an effect on her, again, and the main example was when she was at work and stuff, and, literally, like, during the video, too, I mean, think about it, like, when you're starving and you're being beaten up and all that, I mean, that's just not a good combo, but, anyways, so I think that's really what I have to say for right now. Oh, and then there's the part where we talked to Dan about this too, but that he was actually a little bit hesitant on doing so, in the beginning. But he did it, and he did pretty well in it. Pretty much how he usually can be. Kind of an asshole and stuff. But I don't mean to say it like that. Hopefully, when he sees it, I don't mean it like that in a bad way. I'm just saying, and I think afterwards, I think he did actually genuinely apologize to Amanda off camera at some point. I think we should have filmed it, but I think it was just kind of one of those we just don't film. You know what I mean? Just kind of meant between us. But anyway, so and I want to show you Amanda real quick because there has been some few minor updates to her. So let me just show you her real fast. Maybe one day we'll show her again in a video. But here she is right there. Hey Amanda, you there? No, she's actually not here because she's at work right now, and also, well, yeah, she's at work right now, so I'm not gonna bother her. But yeah, basically there she is right there. I mean, as you can see, she's wearing short sleeves now. You can see her arms actually, and she also has eyebrows as well. And she did have eyebrows some time ago, but they got removed when she was shortened. But yeah, and just comparing her to me, see, she's still bigger than me. And I'm pretty sure that will not change, and then yeah, so basically there she is right there. So yeah, there you are. Okay. Well, but anyways, no, she's not actually alive. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that was my idea. Well, anyways, so basically that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know. I mean, hopefully the train watch video will come out soon. I mean, that was made back in August of 2023, so it's already January now. So I'm hoping to get that out soon, but again, it's not fully guaranteed. So we'll just have to see what happens there. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe see you guys on the next one. If you guys have any questions or feel free to ask, okay? I might not be able to answer all of them, and I might not be able to give the best answer, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, I know this isn't much, but I just figured I'd explain it, okay? So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed, And I'll talk to you guys later. And again, maybe more videos coming soon, but again, don't quote me on that, okay? Don't. Okay, no, but seriously, like, thank you for your support, guys. I just noticed I do have 840 subscribers as well, or 839 now. But thank you for all your support, guys. I really appreciate it. I just want you to know that. So, yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. So, yeah, bye. We're supposed to turn it off. Oh, I didn't feel like it. All right, you know what? Goodbye. What are you doing? Oh, okay, you know what? See you later. Bye.